folks? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate y'all joining me on this fine, what is it, Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday evening. So we're going to be going over the John Swan stuff, of course, just for a little bit, not too long, because I think it's pretty much run into the ground at this point. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be more leaks as time goes on. It seems like everybody took the opportunity it seems like, especially after the whole thing started back with the whole dream scenario, that I guess everybody took the opportunity. I don't know if it was just as a precaution to themselves, which I wouldn't be surprised, right? Because it's John Swan. They took the initiative to go ahead and record any call I guess they were on with this guy. Now everybody's coming out of the woodwork with some kind of recording that they had with a call, some Discord call with John Swan where he said some stuff. Now, the latest one apparently had to do, the latest leaked, audio call was apparently one of him allegedly. We have to say allegedly because we don't know, because we don't, obviously we're not seeing anything. Not that I would want to see anything, but he apparently is on a call with some minors, is my understanding, and we're not gonna play that call because I have no interest in listening to that call, but I do have the Cammy call with John Swan, which we'll go through a little bit. We won't go through the entire thing, just we'll go over a little bit of it, and then we'll get on to the second topic of tonight. But yeah. Wow, I just nothing surprises me anymore with this guy, right? But yeah, the most recent one was the one where he, I guess, was on a call with some minors, and supposedly, again, allegedly, they were watching. People have said they were watching, pornography, gay pornography. I don't know if that's true. It's, who knows? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. There's no way to know for sure. Maybe they were just looking at something. They were screen sharing stuff. Who knows? I like I said, I have no interest, but obviously that would kind of go against his moral stance, right? His moral crusade on things, right? If he was indeed watching, illicit material like that with people that were underage, it would completely fly in the face of what John believes in, right? So, yeah, there's that out there. Who knows? Like I said, I don't know if that's true or not. But it always reminds, when I hear stuff like that, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what John would have to say about it. Apparently, he's been pretty silent, though. My understanding is that he nuked his Twitter as a response to all of this. So I think we're at a point right now where it's pretty safe to say, but you can never say these things definitively, because everything, people can change and things could change. But it's one of those things that you look at and you really question, can he come back from this? And I don't know if he can. I think this might be it. I think stick a fork in him. That Swan is done. I don't know where he goes from here. I think that it's only going to get worse. I think there's only going to be more leaks, more people coming up with their own audio, regardless of what it is that is being said in this audio. Because to be fair, right, when the whole thing happened with the Cammy situation, it seemed like after was the Aiden project or projects, whatever his name is. Once he started leaking stuff, right, leaking the DMs that he had with John, the Discord DMs and things like that, and just kind of showing what was going on with him, it set off this chain reaction where people just were sharing things, right? Even people that were supposedly on friendly terms with John decided to, for lack of a better way to put it, just kind of jump in on the whole thing, right? You had the leaked call with Tipster. You had the leaked, I think even Harley TBS, I believe, which was, if I could be mistaken about this, but I believe it was one of John Swan's friends and supporters, I believe, also jumped on that bandwagon. And I'm sure there was plenty of other people that did too, that claimed to have been on friendly terms with him and decided to be opportunistic, right, for their own means, and just release whatever it is they had. And I'm sure there was some people that released stuff that wasn't nearly as bad, right? Just to take their shot because, hey, it'll get me some kind of attention. Why not, right? Everybody's targeting this guy. Everybody's dogpiling this guy. Now is the opportunity for me to share this and get in on the action a little bit. So that all that happened. And like I said, the latest leak was that one, but we're not we're not really going to go over that one, but I want to show you this because I pulled it up just now just to see if it was true. And it indeed does seem to be true. He nuked his Twitter. There's no tweets, and that it doesn't seem it, the account is still active, obviously, because we can see it. Well, there's 92 tweets, it says here, but where are they? Right. It says that there's 92, but where are they at? I don't see them on here. They don't load. So, maybe it was down to 92 and it just hasn't updated, so that's why it says there still is some. But yeah, all quiet on the John Swan front, and who knows what this means, right? Does this mean his career's over? Does this mean he's done? I don't know. Maybe he's taking one of his extended breaks. I have no idea, but there's no way of knowing, right? It's hard to say where he'll go from here. We'll just have to wait and see. But here's the call. We're going to listen to this for a little bit. Like I said, we're not going to go through the entire thing. Maybe in a follow-up stream. In a follow-up stream, we'll go ahead and cover that. Oh, Devin says he even nuked his pinned tweet. Wow. Oh man. What is it? Does anybody have? If anybody has a screen cap of what his pinned tweet was, if you could send that to me, I'd appreciate it, and we'll look it over here. But we'll go over the Cammy call for a little bit here. See John at work, right? And just have, just have our fun at his expense, right? For a little bit here. So here's that call.
Hello.
Sorry, I just woke up, so I don't know how sort of connected my thoughts are going to be, but I'm going to try and do my best.
Just woke up.
So I want to just basically go from beginning to end of everything that I heard and my involvement in everything, because I know
this was him doing damage control. Because remember,
bit...
this was the call that he was on with this Cammy guy, and remember the Cammy guy tweeted afterwards, "Oh, we're cool now. We fixed everything." This was John's attempt to kind of, he knew what was coming, and this was his attempt to kind of do some damage control because of what he had done, right, to this kid. Now he had tried to set this kid up essentially and try to ruin him. So he was trying to get out ahead of it. Probably should have planned better. And this is that call, apparently.
Fucked. And people have, I don't know, there's been a lot of back and forth and people don't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I was watching the Destiny stream.
Yeah, there are a bunch of people that just, I don't know, there's just one person says this, one person says that, contradiction, blah, 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 blah. I want to just make everything 100%.
That might be a possibility. I don't know. I don't know if he's, we'll see. I mean, I guess at this point, his name is attached. It's got such a bad stigma within the commentary community now. It's attached to so much just bad juju now. I mean, if he does come back, I would think a rebrand would be in order. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, though. We'll have to wait and see on that. But let's get back to the call here real quick. What's up, Donnie Pearson? How you doing, buddy?
% clear on the table. Okay.
Okay.
So I think it was 3 or 4 days ago, Liz came to me and she said,
let's fast forward this a
she
little
felt
bit.
manipulated, taken advantage of, etc., etc., etc. She said, "Yams, I thought they were pretty grim." So at that time, I was kind of like,
see, remember, we saw the messages where she didn't really say, well, she didn't say that in the document. Is it possible that she could have said in the DMs? I don't know. I think, but those DMs were leaked too. But remember, her whole thing has been, she just did what she felt she was compelled to do by the influence of her friends, right? She was compelled to do it because her friends influenced her and said, "Oh, this person did this to you and it was wrong, so you should do something about it." So
I don't really know what to do. So I got into call with other people, and at that point I was kind of like, okay, I don't really want any front seat involvement in this at all. I don't want to touch this stuff. But if any of you want to do anything, it's up to you. And
he wanted no front seat involvement.
Matt and Emma were people that decided they wanted to do something based off of the information. So I got them into a group chat with Liz. I was initially saying to Liz that I would be helping out with the document. I did not end up helping out with the document. My life got busy and I had other shit I was doing. So that
I did not end up helping out with the document. So already, this is off to a wonderful start, right? Already lied to this kid. I did not end up helping out with the document. Nah, he just edited it.
actually didn't end up happening at all, which is probably a better thing anyway. But
this is again, like he could have avoided all of this. He could have avoided all of this if he had just come out and been like, all right, look, I did do all this shit. I messed up. I thought I was doing the right thing. This is my bad. It was just a bad judgment call. At least then I think, again, it would have made him look bad regardless. I don't think there's any way that John wouldn't have looked bad in this situation. He still would have ended up looking bad, but I think there's an argument to be made that there could have at least been, and I've said this before on previous streams, there could have at least been that little bit, right? That little bit of forgiveness in people, and people would have been like, okay, you know what? He's taken accountability. So it's showing that he's at least matured some from the dream situation. He's taken accountability. He's saying, hey, I messed up. It's just another bad judgment call. I made another big mistake, but this time I'm going to own up to it. This is on me. I messed up. My bad, and I think that would have shown, like I said, in previous streams, I said this, I think it would have shown growth and maturity. It would have shown, hey, look, he's at least attempting to change. He's showing some degree of change by acknowledging his faults in this one, taking accountability. I think that would have, again, he still would have gotten crucified, I think, because it's another situation, and it's been less than a year, I believe, since the whole dream thing, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I think it's been less than a year since the dream thing happened, and already he's involved in some other controversy. So if this had happened, I think there'd be more leniency if there was these long stints in between, right, where he's not getting into any kind of trouble. But it seems like he just can't help himself. He finds himself in these situations. He keeps finding himself in these situations. Either he's a magnet for him, or he's drawn to him like a moth to a flame,
Yeah. So I got them into a group chat, and they wrote the document pretty much on their own. I didn't touch it until
I didn't touch it. What?
They sent me little small sections, being like, "Is this
what?
okay? Is this okay?" And I made small little.
You lied to this boy.
Asked me about. That was the extent
of
my involvement. I did not write anything of substance. I did not get in there and kind of do anything meat and potatoes. Like, with or without my editing, it would have been the same thing. Just
with or without his editing, it would have been the same thing. Bullshit. Without his editing, it wouldn't have been taken. Look, his editing is what would have made it be taken more seriously, right? Because of how it was worded. Like I said, the narrative completely changed. The effect of that document would have been completely different had, for whatever reason, nobody found out about all the shit that was going on behind the scenes with it regarding it. Let's say his plan went off without a hitch, right? It would have been taken a lot differently. He's such a liar. Wow. Nicolaitis said he was basically driving the goddamn bus. The only way he could have a backseat, it would be in one of those garbage transporting ships. Yeah, maybe. Let's get back to this.
Maybe grammar and spelling mistakes. That would have been the extent.
Okay.
The grammar and spelling mistakes. It was more than that.
Yeah, I
much more.
I feel pretty fucking guilty. I'm not gonna lie, because I believed that all the shit that she was saying to me.
He doesn't feel
I was
guilty.
taken advantage of. I was manipulated. He used me for sex, etc., etc., etc.
Oh my god.
That's what I believed, because that's what she told me. At no point did I ever try and put ideas into her head. At no point did I say you should go public with this. She came to that decision.
He never tried to put ideas in her head. He just wanted to, make sure to put ideas in other people's heads, right? Of what happened. By the way you worded the doc
on her own. And then when she said, I want to go public, that's when I said, maybe your best decision would be to make a document if that's the case. So I gave her advice.
Yeah, I talked about that earlier. I think what it was, especially after the whole dream thing, I think that people took precautions with John, for lack of a better way to put it, or thinking that this tells me that nobody trusted him. I mean, I could only assume that the majority of the people that recorded him is because they really didn't trust him and felt that it was only a matter of time before he screwed up again. Either that, or they did it just to protect themselves from him, right? Because of what happened with the dream situation. You got to remember, in that situation, he essentially, concocted this elaborate lie. And then on top of everything else, his buddies, his commentary buddies, came to his defense, put their credibility on the line for him, and it essentially blew up in all their faces. It made them all look foolish after the fact. And then, it took one of them to finally reveal what was really going on by having to record him on a call and then essentially putting the call out there for everybody to hear and know that, yeah, John was behind it all, that it was all just an elaborate ruse and it was all bullshit. So I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that's something that people decided, well, I should probably, if I'm going to be on a call with this guy alone, especially, it would probably behoove me to record the call just in case. So I think that's the initiative everybody took after the fact. But it's kind of sad if you think about it, to show that he just that situation probably left, that it left that much of a bad taste in people's mouth, that they see the need that this is a guy that essentially nobody trusts, to that point that everybody wants to record him just in case, in case he tries to pull a fast one on them. That's, yeah, it is probably never going to change, right? Regardless if he comes back or not. I think it's always going to be, this is something that's always going to follow him. And I think that if he decides to collab with other people, or if it's a thing where he's talking with other people and on Discord, he's going to be much more, I don't know if he's going to be much more hesitant, because he seems to be okay with talking with a lot of people on Discord. We'll see if this is going to be a learning experience for him, where he's going to be much more guarded and careful when he gets on Discord calls with people, because he doesn't know what their intentions might be. But I'm guessing he's going to take an extended break from the internet, or at least from, YouTube and Twitter.
She already told me she wanted to go public with it, based on what she told me, which was that she was taken advantage of, manipulated, etc. It comes out now that some friends of hers, I have no idea who they are, put ideas into her head that she was manipulated, taken advantage of, etc., etc. Friends of hers said this to her, and
see, that's all stuff,
even though that wasn't her actual beliefs. And so then she started going to everyone, thinking, "Oh, everyone else is telling me this is so bad; it's got to be bad." So
see,
then she goes to me. She
see, this is frustrating.
I see.
This is why I say, like, don't fucking go to a YouTuber. Don't go to people online if you're uncertain about something, especially if you're young, right? And you're in a situation. Go talk to your parents. Go talk to somebody that's in a position of being able to actually do something about it, right? Like a parent or guardian, or even like I said, the authorities. Don't go to a YouTuber. Don't go fucking to your favorite social media influencer or YouTuber to tell your story. Don't even, like, people shouldn't even be relying on friends for advice on stuff like this, because again, these are kids. I assume that these are all other minors that she was listening to, right? They were giving her this advice, like, hey, you should talk to somebody. You should talk to a YouTuber. Oh, hey, this person took advantage of you. You should talk to somebody who's got a, that's got a fully developed frontal lobe, I think, and that actually has life experience, not other, kids that are your age that spend way too much time online or have a false perception of the world. You should speak to people that are grown, that been through some shit, and see what they have to say. And and the grown people that you should be speaking with should be, family, right? Somebody in your family, a father, mother, maybe an older sibling, possibly, hopefully not one that's teenaged, but somebody that can give better advice than some random friend online.
That told me she's been taken advantage of, and I think that's like disgusting, right? Because that's what she's told me.
Yeah, of course, it's like your moral imperative to do something about it.
Hey, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just say, "Oh, fuck off"? Like, if someone comes to me,
I'm not saying that you should have said.
Yeah, no, I know, exactly. But some people are saying that I should have just told them to fuck off, and I don't know what I would.
I mean, you should have. I mean, not like that. Obviously, I don't think he had to be like, he don't got to be a dick about it. You could just be like, hey, listen, I don't think I'm the person you should be talking to about this stuff. If you think that something bad happen to you, if you really feel that way, then you should probably speak to your parents. You should probably talk to your parents, or you should probably talk to the authorities if you think that some crime was committed. You really should, and see what they have to say. See what they advise that you do. Because really, I'm just a person that creates videos online. I'm not an authority on this stuff. I'm not an expert on this stuff. I might have opinions about it, but that doesn't mean that I know, the law as it pertains to what happened to you, what can potentially happen, what should happen in this scenario. Should probably speak to somebody else about this.
But like, I don't know, she was really open with the evidence. She was really open with the screenshots. She was really open with everything. When she was writing the doc with Emma and Matt, they kept on like checking up on her, making sure that she was okay with it, making sure she was okay with going public, making sure that this was something she wanted to do, checking up on her, consoling her, etc., etc., etc. She had almost, I would say, like 20, 30 times to come around and say, no, I don't want to do this. And she said she was okay with it each of those 30 times.
I mean, look how he's making it seem like, okay, she was okay with it. So she's a kid, you know what I mean? She's a kid that's obviously easily influenced. I mean, this whole situation is all the proof you need, right? How easily influenced she is. Of course, she's not going to say no, because people they've already invested their time and their effort to helping her in this situation. I'm sure she's not going to be like, oh no, you know what? I decided that I don't want to move forward with any of this stuff. She had already committed, and I'm pretty sure her friends, she probably felt pressure. She already felt pressure because of what her friends were telling her. I'm sure she felt even more pressure to continue forward with all of this, right? Because those were the expectations already. So why would she say no, being in that deep?
This was, now it comes out later that she did feel weird about it at a certain point. She did say, or she did think, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, but she didn't say anything to them.
Should have vocalized it. I mean, but
she
again,
just shrugged it off. I don't know why she did that, but
because she's a 15-year-old kid that doesn't know what she wants. You know what I mean? And doesn't fully understand these situations. Again, look, there's some that are more mature than others that can probably figure stuff out, but it sounds to me like she's a pretty confused kid. Obviously, she didn't see it as a big deal at the time. She had no reason to, again, vocalize that, because she was being told otherwise, and she thought, oh, well, maybe my friends know what's best. Maybe they know better than me. Again, shouldn't have gone to them, should have gone to somebody else. But I mean, of course she's going to be fickle. She's, like I said, she's a 15-year-old girl.
Were like at any point trying to put any ideas into her head about doing anything. I kept on saying to her, it's your decision.
Thank you, Dev. I'll check it out.
And that was kind of where I suppose it ended off. We believe what she told us, and that's the reason this clusterfuck ended up happening. And we believe what she told us right into the end, because she told us before the release 30 different times that she was okay with this going ahead. And then it turns out later she wasn't okay with this going ahead. And now it makes us all look like we went and we made something without even consulting her at all. That's what everyone else is thinking. That they just went and did this to...
Okay, hold on. I'm pausing that for a moment because I want to show this. This is the pinned tweet. We're going to show this real quick. Thank you, Dev, for this. So this was, I guess, the pinned tweet that he had on there. When was this? This was on the... I'm not exactly sure. So it says, I stand by the statements I have made. I know that I've told the truth. Dishonest people who have vendettas against me have twisted the narrative on purpose. If you believe them without second thought, then that's on you. Oh yeah, we remember this. This is the one where he was basically blaming everyone else. Everybody else is crazy. I've seen so many tweets of people saying the most outrageous shit that clearly isn't true, and people believing it out of blind hatred. These individuals are all insane and lack basic critical thinking skills. Yep, because it's it's got to be everybody else, right? No matter how perfect my response is, no matter how much evidence I show, and no matter how many times I try to explain myself, I will never be able to make everyone happy. So I'm just going to stop trying. Kind of tired of insane people dictating my life. To be honest, if you believe people who are clearly making up shit to get back at me, then again, that is on you, and I don't want you following me anyway. More videos soon. Good luck. Good luck with that, right? Good luck with that, John. I mean, it's not just people that don't like him, right? Doing shit. He's just continuously made bad decisions in how he wants to handle these situations, and it just blows up in his face, as it does again and again and again.
But
like,
let me just like I can understand why people came to that conclusion, because let's be honest, John. Like,
Yeah.
our like friendship has been rocky since like the beginning of this year. Let's put it like
sure.
let's put it flat out on the table, right? And it's been like a bit of a public spectacle. So I don't blame people for coming to like the conclusion like you guys try to like fucking gay off me. I don't blame them for like a single second.
Yeah, I just want to be clear about that as well. Man, I do not hate you for any reason. I don't know where.
I mean,
Liz told me yesterday.
Could have fooled
I heard
me.
from people that you really hate Cammy. I don't really know.
I mean,
why
you try to paint him out to be a prey.
The only thing I've ever said. From who?
Could have fooled me.
I think you can guess who, because I've been talking to this person like for a while now. It was Jacob who told me that you really don't like me.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So maybe don't trust.
I'll add you as a mod though.
Ever again, because that's just not true. Okay. I think the extent of what I've ever said is that I found you kind of annoying sometimes.
I'm not sure if I ever had you as mod on here.
I've never
GG,
like,
but you are
hated
now.
you for any reason. That's just completely untrue. Why would I hate you? I have no reason to.
I mean, I don't know. Something may have like been going on behind the scenes that maybe you guys
No,
have been planning, like,
I
gay at
don't.
me from the start.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's
See,
completely untrue.
Isn't it funny when John says no? It's like I feel like that's a tell sign. When everybody says it like that, because we've heard it in other calls before, it always sounds. It's like a. It's like his worst tell sign that he's like probably lying about something. I feel could be wrong, but it's just like it sounds like any on the calls that he's been on, right? That people have recorded. It's just like it screams of like I'm lying right now.
And
shit.
yeah, Jacob's not really a reliable narrator, especially
What's up,
when it comes to
Zana?
shit
How you doing?
So, yeah, definitely not. That is just not true at all. Also, Matt was cool with you up until this, I believe. So
yeah. So was Liz. Actually. So was Liz, because
and so was.
let me like interject again. So you said like she came
Sure,
like
go for
3 or 4 days ago. So that would have been what, like the 13th.
Let me
14th
just
of April?
double check for you what the exact date was. I will scroll up and find it.
Oh God, this is so.
Okay, this was
John. Oh man,
at night.
this is too much. All right, let me fast forward this a little bit more because
I'm just trying to make sure the date's going to be the same for you. It's the 16th.
Let's go a little bit faster.
So that was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I thought it was brain most.
Right. Okay. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. That like you like I thought like we were like still on good terms. I don't know.
You were still talking.
So
yeah, we were still like friendly. this sexual stuff had stopped like days before.
Yes, I didn't know you had still been talking. I had no idea.
So,
oh yeah, because the DMs in the document only go up to like the 13th.
The 13th. Yeah, I didn't know that at all. See, if I had known that, that would have been red flags. But at no point did I see anything. Again, like so many different points, she could have said no. I don't want to do this. There was no pressure at all.
Can I interject again?
Look how he's like at no
group chat with
at any point in time she could have said no, I don't want to do this. Yeah, that's true. But again, you know, she's being pressured by friends of hers, right? And who knows what else John was saying to her, right?
With Liz, Matt, and Emma, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have like screenshots of Liz saying that she's okay with doing all this, or am I not like privy to that information?
That might be in the DMs with them individually, but I'll look real quick and see if that's in there.
Okay.
Gotcha, GG, gotcha.
Let me just double check here.
Oh man. All right, let's fast forward this more because he's not saying anything right here.
Here's one. This is one of the first.
I guess they're just sending. Oh, okay. No, they're sending stuff.
By the way, this was before anyone else had like.
Okay, he's actually showing it here.
Time anyone
I think so.
Hold
on, let's go back. Let's go back for a moment.
By the way, this was.
So it says here. This is the I guess the Liz girl. I think it should go public since if I just sit on this and never make it public, I feel as though I'm letting Cam just get away with it, which means he could continue behavior like this in the future with no consequences at all, which isn't good. So I want to take action on it as of now. So look, this is, you got to keep in mind, this is after talking to friends that have essentially, you know, convinced her to do this stuff too. So you know, this person's not all thinking for themselves. You know, she didn't think it was a big deal, but then she's saying stuff like this. You could see that they're inconsistent themselves. They should have never ran with any of this.
Before anyone else had
She never ran with any of it.
This is, I believe, is the first time anyone said that.
Because you got an unreliable narrator, a person that's not even sure, or they're not even sure how they feel about the situation. There's no reason to continue on with it.
That no one else had said to her that you should do this, etc., etc. That was of her own volition that she said that.
All right.
That was all of her own volition.
I think the wording that she used here is sort of like incriminating against me, because she makes me out to be like some sort of like serial predator in a way, and
that's what it seems, right? That's what we kept on thinking. Because that's what she told us.
Because the thing is, right? Me and her were told.
Yeah, but that's also, look, again, you know, you also made it seem that way by the way you worded her, you know, what she was saying.
So 2 weeks and like maybe like 1 or 2 days. Like,
and there's, look, to be fair to John, there's probably some truth to that. The girl was probably exaggerating some stuff. I mean, I don't doubt it, but you know, he ran with it.
Like the sexual stuff. I don't think that is grooming. I don't think that is enough time to really be considered grooming. If it was like a month or two, then I think you can make that argument, but I personally don't think you can. And I think when the document was first released, I believe that you guys were in a way trying to prove that I was a groomer, as well as like me trying to like prove that I was like being like predatory. I think that's how it can like come off in terms of like public perception. And that is how it came off, because a lot of people call me like don't shit. A lot of people tell me to like leave.
There's shit.
So,
I mean,
I don't know.
You know, the only reason sort of those implications, I suppose, are in there is because of what the girl told us.
Okay,
again, this is not our embellishing. This is her words, right? Like, we didn't go in and put ideas into her head. That's not what happened. She told us all of this stuff of her own volition. Can I find anything else here?
So again, it was all on her.
Is there anything else? He knew what he was wrong, yet he didn't stop. It's so weird. I don't know why he continued doing that shit to me. Yeah, he's fucking weird. He could have gone further if he hadn't stopped. And she was the one that started the document.
Oh,
actually,
can
we start on the doc yet?
Can you send me screenshots of that? Can you send me screenshots of that?
Okay, let's see. All right, let's pause it here because Dev also sent me the other one. So this is his other. This is the other tweet that or the other statement that John had on there at one point, I believe. So this is it right here. I just want to clarify a few things. After the events of today, a few days ago, I was contacted by a girl who I have mutual friends with. She told me that they were taken advantage of and manipulated. Now, this was before, right? I gave some advice based on what I was told at the time and directed her to people that I thought could help. Apparently, she was pressured by her friends into coming forward with this information, and they put ideas into her head. The writers of the document constantly checked up on her to make sure she was okay with going public, and she confirmed every time that she was. She told me today that she did feel weird about it, and at certain points, but shrugged it off and didn't tell them. I don't blame the girl for this, of course. Things can get confusing when put under so much pressure, but that is part of the reason that led to this clusterfuck happening. This was all about trying to help the girl. I believed her motivations were clean. I did not know she had outsiders influencing her. I mean, look, I don't know. Here's the thing. He thinks her motivations were clean. I think that the girl's not even sure, you know, I mean, it sounds like, and again, could be completely wrong about this. She just didn't know what to think, is what it sounds like. It's like, she's like, oh, well, I guess something bad happened to me, so I guess I should say something about it. I think she's just a person that is easily influenced. That's what it seems like to me. So, and that was, John capitalized on that. He took advantage of that as well, it seems. To make things super clear, I did not write a word of the document. Did not write a word. I looked at small portions and made edits when asked, and while I didn't have a problem with the doc's release at the time, Destiny's Stream definitely opened me up to a new perspective. And upon receiving the information from the girl that I got today, I think I'm comfortable saying that the document should never have been released. Destiny's Stream gave him a whole new perspective. How about it's really, what would have been better there would have been, Destiny's Stream showed me, I was basically caught in a lie. I realized that I was fucked at that particular point in time when I went on Destiny's Stream. While I didn't write the doc, I feel partially responsible for its release. I sincerely apologize for the involvement I had in this. In the future, I don't want to use my DMs as a dumping ground for their allegations. I will not be touching any of this shit with a 10-foot pole ever again. Shouldn't have been touching it from the beginning. Should have just, like I said, should have just left it all the fuck alone. Oh, man. All right, so we'll hear a little bit more of this call, and then we'll get on to the second topic, because there's not really much we're learning here that we didn't already know in regards to what John was saying and doing. So let's go in here. Fast forward. Okay, here we go. So here's another screenshot that was shared. Okay, put this back on normal, and we'll read this here. It says, so I guess this is the girl. Yeah, so can we start on the doc yet? And then the girl, I guess the person that helped her, the second person. So, well, we can start with what you want to get across and what comes out. Okay, like the reason you want to come out with this, the reason it's important for people to know what Cam did, et cetera, et cetera. We want to stay true to you and your story, the nitty gritty of dates and times we can find through screenshots. So I wouldn't worry about that. You only have to share what you feel good to add. We have the messages and the bare bones, and that's all you want to share, and that's just fine as well. I'll start it off then. Hi, everyone. It's me, Lizard. I want to tell my experience with Cam. The reason I want to come clean about this is because what I think he did as of now wasn't okay, right? Not then, but now, right? I wish he didn't do any of this shit to me. It's what it's what should be said, because he could easily do this against anyone. I'll say this: I didn't think he would sex me at all, but since it happened, what's happened has happened. It started off on March 28 after I ranted up to him about my previous relationship and problems I had in it. I told him how much I lacked affection and didn't really have much people to talk to, and that he started making advances on me. It started off as sexual jokes at first, and then he actually seemed to gain pleasure out of it. So there's that. So let's continue on here.
Dates and times you can find through. That's all when you have to share what you feel with the app. You have the message with the bare bone. And if that's all you want to share, then I'll start off. Hi to me. Did I want to tell? Of Cammy's.
I mean, just from reading,
that's in the document. Like,
yes,
that's the first
yes,
part.
that's like the first part.
Yeah.
Just reading that part alone, it seems like there was no direction to any of this
was-
shit.
Where's the other bit here?
So he's just trying to show the stuff that hopefully will make
that's the
him.
Should Go Public one. This is messed up. Glad you came to me. I was scared of telling people because I felt I wouldn't be believed, but then I felt I would be blamed for going along with it, which I'm glad didn't happen. Hoping there's a good outcome from this. Hopefully there'll be a good outcome.
Okay, so that's just a little bit there. We'll have to go over this call a little bit later because I don't want to spend much more time on it. I really want to talk about this other thing, but I mean nothing surprises me in that call. It's what people have grown to expect from John. I was reminded of this. I made Sin play this the other day on his stream. I thought it was funny because it makes me wonder if this is John now after what we heard about him watching the porn that he was watching with his friends.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
The brain always gets me. And then the slow-mo, the realization. Oh, man. Somebody should redo that meme and put John on it. That'd be funny. Again, not there's anything wrong with that. I mean, that's fine if that's what floats his boat. I mean, he could watch whatever he wants. Shouldn't be watching it with minors though. That flies directly in the face of again what he was all about. So yeah, that's just the meme that's got the Berserk music to it from the 97 Berserk anime series. So I'd heard about this. This next thing I'd heard about it from a video that Sen had done, and I wanted to talk about it. This Twitch streamer. We'll go over it just kind of briefly. Apparently, it was this Twitch streamer named ElisabeteTV that was apparently went crazy because they were using on Twitch. When there's certain things that you got to tag your video with, it's not like YouTube where you could kind of be much more clickbaity. On Twitch, you have to be very specific when you use, I guess, certain tags. And if you're using the wrong tags on your streams and stuff, that's something that is violation of their terms of service. So I guess there was this Twitch streamer that was using the wrong tags. She was using the wrong tags in her Twitch stream. She was using the Vtuber tag, and she's not a Vtuber. And I guess a Vtuber hit her up. It seemed to be in a friendly manner, just to kind of let her, hey, you probably shouldn't use the Vtuber tag on your streams and stuff because you'll, you might get hit. You're basically in violation of TOS, so you might want to be careful. I don't think the person was trying to do it as a means of really trying to get at them. But the streamer took it. They took it that way.
Guys?
They took it as an attack, apparently. So here's a video from I don't know who this person is, but I know Sen I guess referenced their videos and stuff. So Rev says Desu. I'm not too familiar with them, but this is his first video on it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. Yesterday, I made a video about an ongoing Twitch controversy. To make a long story short, there is an unfortunate trend where Twitch streamers are misusing the VTuber tag to increase their viewership. At one point, I shared this screenshot of people streaming under the VTuber tag. With a quick glance, you can tell most of them aren't even using a VTuber model.
Yeah.
But what I did not know at that time was that there was a particular streamer included in that screenshot that would lead me down a rabbit hole that goes so deep, I'm pretty sure it's touching the core of the earth. The streamer in question is named ElisabeteTV or ElisabeteTV.
I think it's ElisabeteTV.
Honestly, I don't care if I mispronounce it. Now, I don't know where to begin with her, but to give you an idea of what she's like, she's literally just a cam girl, but on Twitch. Her content consists of being bent over on all fours with her ass in front of the camera for the entirety of her stream, deep-throating microphones during ASMR streams, and if you check out her stream...
So the typical, Twitch meta streamer, right? Just jumps on the trends that are popular at the time and gets probably, and just kind of rides off of that in order to make, money off of dudes,
She's probably live right now because she runs the same batch of pre-recorded streams on loop all day long. All this done...
See, now, if that's true, right? If that's true, if you're just... That's a whole new level of laziness, right? Because at least like people like Amaranth and some of the other Twitch streamers that were doing these metas, they'll actually, it's actually them, and they'll be there for hours upon hours. They're not gonna, they're not just gonna like run pre-recorded stuff. A lot of times it'll be just I mean, I'm sure there's other streamers that do that too. But like the ones that are like, high up there, like I said, Amaranth, I think what was the other one? The indie whatever girl, I forget her name. The ones that really jumped on the ones that jumped on the hot tub meta and all those, the ASMR one, the ear licking one, all that, it's usually them for hours on end. So
with the VTuber tag accompanying most of her streams, obviously this is not what a VTuber looks like. And to clarify, misuse of tags is against Twitch TOS and can get you banned for it. But yesterday, a real VTuber politely DM'd Alyssa suggesting she should stop misusing the VTuber tag.
So here's a DM from, and the person's name I believe is Luna Cross, which is I think a small VTuber, and they hit her up saying, "Hi there, just want to send you a quick reminder that you're using the VTuber tag. That's kind of against the TOS. If you could be so nice to remove it in the future. It's been upsetting a lot of VTubers, including myself, when you get IRL streamers using a tag that is meant for people like us. It would be appreciated. Thanks." Not the worst. Probably could have. I probably would have addressed that a little bit differently. But nothing too bad. Nothing to really fly off the handle about.
This was her response.
So here's the response from the ElisabeteTV girl, right? It says, tell that to XQC, don't ever send me this shit again in my DMs. This is so rude, disrespectful, and stupid. I can't even fuck off. Tags can be used by anyone. It's not against US. Well, obviously that's not true. The bigger streamers use it for visibility. So why target a small streamer like me? I mean, we just saw how many, unless those are like bot subscribers and followers. I mean, she has like over 600K followers. So that's, I mean, maybe small. I don't know. That doesn't seem small, not even by Twitch standards. So people like you make me sick, really and truly. Like I said, unless it's like bots, right? Hope you have the worst week. Damn, really? Why don't you focus on making better content for your own stream? Then you wouldn't have to worry about other people and try to control other people. Fucking weirdo. How dare you use me as an example? I've reported you for harassment to Twitch. I mean, I don't think that the response was for this, right? Like I said, probably the person that initially sent the message could have probably, probably could have expressed it a little bit differently, but not to the point that in my opinion, would have warranted this response, right?
Full on psychotic breakdown, saying she's going to report her to Twitch for harassment, and then playing the victim, going as far as calling herself a small streamer. Meanwhile,
again, it could be true. It could be that, again, this could all be bots. You know what I mean? So who knows?
Over 600,000 followers on Twitch. It doesn't seem
that way, right? Because
we got lucky.
Verified.
She just happened to be streaming when she received those DMs. So we got to see the breakdown live. Now, I can't play the videos because she's been filing copyright takedowns against people showing them, and I don't want to deal with that headache. But if you want to see them, you can find the Twitter thread containing them linked in the description.
Okay, let's take a look at them, shall we? Because that's fair use. And I don't mind because I'm showing them for the purpose of commentary and review, which makes it a transformative work. But they're apparently in this thread here. I guess this is one of them.
Imagine getting DMs from pedophiles, bro. Characters and use lolly-looking characters to sell subs on Twitch, but you're the ones dressing like underage girls, bro. Pedophiles.
That's a little extreme, right? To call people that.
Imagine getting DMs from pedophiles, bro. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, it's not even a joke. Like, it's not even a joke.
VTubers?
It's actually the truth. That's why it's funny. That's why they're so triggered.
I don't know, because you're the one that's actually addressing it live, and you sound mad. I mean, you sound like the triggered one.
It's the color of my skin.
Like, why even bother, right? Like, why even? Who cares? Like, this is something that shouldn't even be. If you're so far above it, right, and you think so little of these, VTubers and things like that, why even address this on your stream? Why even draw any kind of attention to it?
You're saying them too, Ghosty. That's crazy.
Not that she can. That's fine. She can talk about whatever she wants. But again, it sounded like she was the one that was triggered.
I blocked like 20 people this morning. I don't even know why. Unnecessary, man.
Look at this. This is the content, right?
Go watch your anime and your hentai and go make some big arc drama with somebody else. Because I'm not the one.
She's not the one.
I'm like the final boss, your arch nemesis.
What? She sounds like a villain. I'm the final boss, the arch villain. This isn't a video game. What? Oh my goodness.
Anime. The overlord. Don't come to my show, bro.
Don't come to my show.
Don't act like I'm some lolly creature walking around or a furry.
What?
I'm the giantess, bro. You know what I mean? Sheesh. I love anime too.
She likes anime too, though. Okay. I mean, these people are cut from the same cloth, albeit a little bit different, right? Because they're VTubers, but it's not, you know what I mean? at the core of it, I'm sure they're anime fans too. Can't you find some common ground with them? You want on, Louis? I'm just laughing at this Twitch streamer that's just like going. She got kind of hostile. She was upset because apparently some VTubers asked her, a VTuber, I should say, not some, a VTuber asked her not to use the VTuber tag in on Twitch because apparently that's against terms of service. That's a violation of TOS on Twitch to use the wrong tags. And I guess she was, in order to get views. And again, look, apparently she thinks very low of VTubers, but not so low that she's not willing to use the tag to try to get some extra views coming to her channel, though, right? She thinks so low of them insofar as that she could benefit off of using their tag to try to get traffic to her stream. So, you know, as long as she found some benefit to them at least. So, hold on. Let me see if I can. You know, you're probably busy, but if you want to hop in at any point. So, but she sounded funny. She sounded like a villain. She's like, "I'm the final boss." It's just like, oh, okay. That's fine, I guess.
I had to say my piece.
She had to say her piece.
No more of it.
She doesn't want to say no more.
It's another thing. It's another person just adding me on Twitter for clout. You're not the first ones, you know. There's nothing special about you. I'm just sick and tired of you little, you know. It's like fucking swatting ants,
like swatting ants. You mean flies? I mean, I guess if they're flying ants, you could swat at them, right? They're flying at you, and I guess you could, you know, would it made more sense to say flies though? But that's fine. I mean, you could still swat at ants. That is true if they're flying ants. So, let's go back to Rev's video. Rev says Desu. Let's continue.
Rounding up the greatest linked in the description. Rounding up the greatest hits from her meltdown, she says the following in a terrible British accent. That all VTubers are pedophiles, while ironically misusing the VTuber tag. That she doesn't take them seriously because they have their ass and titties out, while she's bent over in yoga pants. That VTubers use models because they are ugly in real life. That VTuber models are pedo bait for 40-year-old men. That VTubers are an insult to Japanese women. And then, not much after, she calls all of Japanese culture disgusting.
Damn, she went in hard. That's wild. All right, let's go back so you can hear what he said there.
Because they have their ass and titties out while she's bent over in yoga pants. That VTubers use models in this description. Rounding up the greatest hits from her meltdown, she says the following in a terrible British accent. That all VTubers are pedophiles, while ironically misusing the VTuber tag. That she doesn't take them seriously because they have their ass and titties out while she's bent over in yoga pants.
Right.
That VTubers use models because they are ugly in real life.
Say something like that.
VTuber models are pedo.
Right, when she literally has her ass to the camera, but she's gonna say something like that. Oh, the self-awareness. It's delicious.
Bait for 40-year-old men. That VTubers are an insult to Japanese women. And then, not much after, she calls all of Japanese culture disgusting.
It insulted Japanese women, but Japanese culture is disgusting. What?
That she is the final boss of anime and VTubers are just ants to swat away. And that she won't talk to anyone else unless they have 30,000 or more followers.
Okay.
Well, thank God your boy Rev qualifies. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to post this video. Unfortunately for this cam girl, a thread containing all these DMs and clips went viral and people have been coming after her and trying to report her to Twitch, not just for the misuse of the VTuber tag, but everything else she's been up to as well. Her response to this, no bueno. Shortly after, she decided to delete all of her tweets, but began to absolutely unravel only a few hours later.
No.
For roughly 12 hours now, and still going.
She nuked the Twitter. No. What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
She has been schizo posting on Twitter at impressive levels, tweeting nearly every single minute. Again, here's just a greatest hits compilation of her tweets from the past few hours. She calls everyone who criticizes her mentally ill, lying clout chasers.
The typical, right? If anybody criticizes you, then it's they're harassing you. Excuse. So here's some of the greatest hits all over here. Your avatars are so ugly. I had dang with a homemade coat hanger. You have no idea how bad you made yourself look. Learn from the best. Take notes, haters. Don't comment your lies on my post. You will be blocked. I don't use Twitter. I just post and meme on you mentally ill mother effers. If you can't acknowledge the reality of my words, then you're just stupid mother effer. LOL. I never seen such a pathetic community. Your avatars are so ugly. My D shrinks when I look at them. What? Oh man. Well, who knows? I mean, I don't know. Is this person do they just identify as who knows? What is that all about, right? I certainly wouldn't. We won't even get into that. That's whatever. This person's wild. It's just like, see, when people do stuff like this, they wonder why people will start coming at them hard and start digging into them, right? When you come off a certain way because you think you're being just I'm actually a normal, nice girl. It's actually ridiculous and really has hurt my mental. Well, why don't who is this? Who's this pretending to be ElisabeteTV? Who is this? Just say, the internet is cruel. Love your heart you all. Yeah, I'm sure the internet loves you too. I'm sure the internet loves you too. It's funny. Nah, see, stuff like this is wild to me, right? When we see when people do stuff like this online. Now, again, look, maybe she's just a massive troll. That's fine. That's fine if she's a massive troll. To each their own. But when you do stuff that's unlikable, right, to a community at large, they're going to mobilize. That's what they always do. We've seen this time and time again. Susie Liu. We're seeing it right now with Quantum TV. Who else are we seeing it with? There's a bunch of other people that do stuff like this, right? And again, look, if you're trolling, that's one thing. So... What? Hold on, that's not really. Who is that person, right? Let me look at this. Oh shit. Oh. Oh shit. This is. Hold on. Oh man. I love it. I love it when people troll. It's so funny. It's too funny. I don't know if that's the real person. If that's the real person or not, but wait a second. I didn't want to give up the VTuber tag because I apologize if I offended you by Love's DM. If you want the real truth, ElisabeteTV, if that's really you, my DMs are open. You can hit me up. You can hop on stream. You can hop on stream and you can explain. Would love to hear your side of it. I'll give you a fair shake. I find this shit funny. This shit is funny to me. And this is what I do here on my channel. So if that's actually you, my DMs are open on Twitter. It's at Toy Bounty Hunter. Feel free. So let's continue on here.
And who use VTuber models would be shanked in the hood she grew up in. Guess I'll have to avoid those cruel British streets, huh? That everyone's VTuber models are so ugly, she gave herself an abortion with a clothes hanger, among many others. All of these tweets were made while she was currently streaming ASMR on Twitch. Definitely not pre-recorded, by the way. I have to commend her ability to deep throat microphones while simultaneously tweeting every 30 seconds. As you can tell, this whole situation is a giant mess, and she would like to convince people that this is a big win for her, that everyone is just feeding her juicy clout. But it doesn't work quite like that. When your only talent is to show off your body on stream for voluntary donations, people hating on you is the worst thing that can.
Listen, I don't know if that's really Elizabeth TV in the chat versus just some troll account. Obviously, if it is for some reason, I don't tell people to harass anybody at any time. All right. We just look at stuff. We just look at stuff on this channel and we just have fun with it. That's it. We don't encourage harassment of any kind. So, and I never have. I have never advocated for it, and I never will. I never tell people to hit up anybody that is covered on this channel for any reason. So, just putting that out there as a disclaimer for anybody in the chat. Obviously, do not contact any of the people involved in this video. Don't even contact Rev. Says Desu, nobody, not the person who initially shared this, not the original VTuber. You know what I mean? So don't contact or harass anybody of any kind. Just putting that out there, as I always do. So
can happen.
This is just
it especially doesn't work when you're shining even more light on the fact that you are openly violating Twitch TOS, and people are now being given more reasons to report you, just like this. Because it,
like I said, if that's actually ElisabeteTV in the chat, you're welcome to come on. If not, that's fine. So it's all good. You know what I mean?
It happens to be very easy to do. You just file a report like this person did with very credible reasons to do so. And it's very, very easy to do. Just remember, all of this started over a polite DM asking her to not misuse the VTuber tag. Crazy. But if the misuse of the VTuber tag on Twitch bothers you, here's something you can do about it. One VTuber set up a post in Twitch's user voice site, which you can vote on as critical or important if you'd like to bring more attention to the growing misuse of the VTuber tag. But that's going to do it for this video. It's a real shame to see all this going down.
See,
and personally, I would just like to remind people,
I don't
have a problem with someone streaming lewd content like that, but Twitch isn't supposed to be the place for it. And especially not the place for you to misuse the VTuber tag to increase your viewership. But I guess these people are just going to have to learn the hard way. Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe for more daily videos, and yeah.
All right, so that's the end of Reb Says Desu's video. I don't stream on Twitch. So as far as their terms of service, I mean, I take it, I'll take their word for it, what they say. That's what I've heard from other people as well. I think Devin had also told me the same thing about how misuse of tags can be a bannable offense. But, you know, I don't deal with Twitch. I think Twitch is, you know, for streaming, you know, I stopped streaming there like 2 or 3 years ago because I just don't care for their terms of service. I think their terms of service are, you know, they're not preferable to me, but they might be for some. But, you know, I'd rather stream here on YouTube with you fine people. So, like I said, hey, ElisabeteTV, there's no ill will. I have no ill will against you. I don't know you if that's actually you. I don't know, because I don't know if that's really, you know, if that's the actual ElisabeteTV or somebody pretending to be, because we know people like to do that sometimes. Make a channel and pretend to be that person and get into chats like this. I've had it before with other people too. Remember when 8 Thoughts did that? The 8 Thoughts, quote unquote, the 8 Thoughts channel. That was I think it was on CrowStream, actually. No, it was on CrowStream, but we had to deal with somebody saying that they were 8 Thoughts, and that was pretty funny. So there's Reb's first video on it, on the situation. And again, you know, this is just the topic of conversation. So Gigi. Oh, it is? You checked? Oh, that is that really is ElisabeteTV. Are you sure about that, Gigi? Oh, I saw Gigi. My bad. You sent 2. Thank you. It'd be her. I retract my previous statement. Okay. All right. Well, obviously, nobody harass ElisabeteTV again. If that is indeed ElisabeteTV, leave her alone. You know, we're just talking about this because it's something that passed by in front. So. She says, I know, dude, it's just content. It's actually me. You can DM me anytime if you want screenshots of my actual ban, etc., and my appeal or whatever. Maybe we'll see. They violated my 24-hour exclusivity. Wait, what? I don't want this to continue. I'm literally taking legal action against who? Who are you taking against Twitch? You taking legal action against Twitch? All right, look. I'm going to see if this is I will DM you on Twitter right now to see if this is actually you. If you respond immediately, then I'll know it's you. If not, I guess let's see if this is ElisabeteTV. Let's see. But I'm doing it in real time, folks. You guys are going to hear me do this right now. There it is. Now on. All right. Let's see if this is actually ElisabeteTV or not. All right. Let's see. I sent a DM. Let's see if I get a response back. Let's see. If I don't get a response, I guess it is. You responded immediately. Okay. Well, I guess it really is ElisabeteTV. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, look, if you ever want to come on and tell your side of all this stuff, feel free. Or if you want to make a statement, now that I've confirmed that it's actually ElisabeteTV, if you want to make a statement to put out, or if just what you're saying in the chat, if you think that's what'll suffice, please go ahead. Feel free. ElisabeteTV says, I'm sorry, my dude, anyone here, if I offended anyone, I'm trying to be better. I don't deserve like 4+ weeks of constant hate. It's making me sick as hell. Look, look. I guess what I would say is this, right? The best word of advice I could give, I guess, and because I've been doing the YouTube thing for a while, part-time, not anything. That's why my channel is only at like 22K subs. Yeah, I saw you responded. But one thing I've learned, at least being an online content creator, is what you put out there, right? However you react towards something, there's going to be the way you act towards something, whether it's satirical or not. And this is why it's probably key to show that it's satirical. If your response is just, if you are a troll, it's best to make it obvious that you're a troll, because there's people that take stuff literal. They take stuff literal. So if you're not doing if you're not really making a distinction as to how you're doing the stuff online, that, hey, look, I'm just a massive troll. This is all one big troll. My overreactions are part of my gimmick, whatever. You know what I mean? Or if there's actual things that actually bother you, the best thing to do is just step away, take a step back from what it is that you're doing, and just take a few days, whatever it is that's bothering you of what people are doing online, and reset. Because anytime in any community online that I've seen, when people make it a point to say certain things and people are not sure if they're joking, like if you're saying stuff like, hey, I'm going to dox people on the dark web, and there's no punchline attached to that, people are going to take that as, okay, this person's being serious. So, I thought about putting comedy only in my bios because of this. You should put parody. Because the thing is, honestly, I would put parody in all your accounts, if anything. Put parody or put comedian, anything, because that will show people, okay, she's probably trolling. Or just say it. Just say straight up. It's like, I troll sometimes. Because then that way, when people see what you're doing, they'll question it, and they won't immediately assume that, oh, okay, this person's just being a bad faith actor. They're just wanting to be, they're just wanting to be, a bad person. So that's what I would say going forward. Like anything that you do, for there not to be any kind of negative backlash towards you, just like put stuff that shows that you're trolling, or just say straight up, hey, look, sometimes, yeah, if it's a situation where, you got caught up in the moment, I think it's okay to admit that and address that and say, hey, look, maybe I overreacted to certain things. People will always appreciate that, because if if an apology comes and it's sincere, and look, even if you feel you don't have anything to apologize for, but at least acknowledge that you might have made some missteps online, people will recognize that by and large. For the most part, there's still always going to be those people online that no matter what you say or what you do, they're going to assume the worst or think the worst. But there is people that are rational that will see what you're saying and what you're doing and be like, oh, you know what? That kind of makes sense. I can let that go. It's all good. So just putting that out there. Is the stream still lagging, Gigi? Is it still lagging right now? Hello? Can you guys hear me okay? Hello? I hope y'all can hear me. Gigi said the lag was streaming. Is it still lagging for the rest of y'all? Because my connection seems to be fine. I don't see anything on my end that's slowing anything down. Hold on, let me make sure. Oh, wait, is it you, Gigi? Oh, okay. Gigi, why you got to do me like that, man? I'm sitting here thinking that my stream is... I'm looking at my connection. I'm like, I'm showing like full connection on my on my end. It's like, there's no lag here. Because I know that's happened before. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so it's from where you're at. So, but yeah, look, this is just interesting that this happened on stream, that it happened live. But yeah, it's just with situations like this, we've seen it time and time again, right? We're seeing it right now with Quantum TV. I don't think Quantum TV is going to get as much grace from people, because it doesn't seem like Quantum, at least from what I'm hearing about Quantum TV, at least Elizabeth came in here into the chat and acknowledges that, you know, there was some missteps, right? Some missteps on her part. So I can appreciate that. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens from here, you know. But I'm not sure if a person like Quantum TV has learned that lesson yet, or Acerthorn, right? Because Acerthorn's the other one that I'm hearing is kind of doing these kind of things too. But the difference with the Acerthorn person, from my understanding, is that the Acerthorn guy, I believe, and not that this would excuse any kind of, you know, if you're doing fucked up shit, you know, but I believe that he's also on the spectrum. Not that that should excuse what he's doing, because if it doesn't excuse Chris Chan for what he did, it's not going to excuse Acerthorn for abusing the copyright system. But that's another thing I would say, right? Elizabeth, if you're still in the chat, what I would also advise is don't abuse the copyright system ever. That is the number one way to get on people's shit list. You know, recognize fair use. You know, unless people are straight up mirroring your stuff and just uploading it and profiting off it like that, then that would warrant a takedown notice. But if people are just talking about stuff, like don't even threaten it. It's not even good to threaten it. Like just let it go. You know what I mean? And just, if it's stuff that bothers you, seeing that kind of criticism, you just don't watch it. That's really the best way to handle stuff like that. Especially if you think that you're a person that it's something that's going to affect you in some way, it's best just not to watch it. So, Gigi, thank you for the tube, buddy. I appreciate it. Talk about Ralph getting detained in DC by the FBI. What? Ethan Ralph? Ethan? Hold on. Gigi, can you send me that? What? Are you talking about Ethan Ralph? What do you mean? He got detained? See, the last I heard about Ethan Ralph was that he was going to apparently, or Andy Worski challenged him to a fight, but Ethan Ralph declined or something. Or am I getting that wrong? Gigi, hold on. Let me see if I can find what you're talking about. Hold on. Ethan Ralph detained? Let me see. Wait a second. What? Hold on. I found it, Gigi. I found it. I found what you're talking about. So everybody's favorite locale, Ethan Ralph, apparently, shout out to Gigi for this one. So I guess he was streaming. Okay. I guess he was out in the midst of one of these protests. What happened? Let's see. Well, I guess this is one of the protests because of the whole Roe v. Wade deal, which, we're not going to get into any specifics on how anybody feels about that. I just want to see what happens to Ethan Ralph. So I guess this is from Ethan Ralph's point of view right now. So hold on. Let me see if I can. I want to get to the part where he gets arrested or whatever. Let's see. Well, okay, wait. Is this it? Hold on. Is this it, GG? This is the video I found. Let me see if the. Hold on. Let's see if this is it. Well, a lot of people, dang. A lot of people going off in that chat.
What are they saying? Yes, you're being detained. For what? We're going to detain you, and we'll have a discussion, and we'll talk about you. Okay.
He's being detained. Okay. What'd he do? What?
Turn this off for me, please.
What did he do? What the hell? What did Ethan Ralph do, GG? They held him for 2 hours and searched his truck. What? Somebody must have recognized him out there.
Let's go! Everything I did is on camera, by the way.
Yo, somebody must have recognized him out there and probably said some shit. They probably accused him of some shit that he wasn't doing. What? Oh my God. Ethan Ralph gets detained by the police. What is this? What is happening?
Follow that off right there, sir.
Okay.
Everything I did is on camera. I don't have anything on me, so.
Okay, so I
don't know what y'all are told. So. Turn the live stream off, please, sir.
Turn the
live
live stream
against
off.
the law to have this on? You're going to be detained.
You're going to be detained, okay?
Well, I haven't broken any laws, that's what I'm saying.
We don't know that yet. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I know what happened here. Probably somebody had to, somebody probably recognized him or knew that he was going to be out there and probably tipped the police off. They probably filed probably called the police, anonymous tip or whatever, and said that Ethan Ralph was there and he was probably, a threat or something like that. So look, as much as people don't like Ethan Ralph, you shouldn't be doing stuff like this, right? Because you never know what could happen in a situation, especially with a guy like Ethan Ralph, who is so quick to react on stuff. But surprisingly, he's being compliant. I'm surprised he's not trying to fight, because that seems to be his go-to response to stuff. But people shouldn't be doing this, because this is obviously a waste of the police time when they could actually be looking out for people that are suspicious, and this distracts them from doing their job. So people shouldn't be doing this, regardless of how they feel about Ethan Ralph. Don't waste police resources. Don't waste police time on stuff like this, on petty stuff like this. I mean, he's just there filming and live streaming for stuff.
Is there anything on you, sir, that you're worried about?
See?
No. There's nothing on you at all.
Yeah.
You tell me the truth. Yes. Okay.
See, they got to make sure, though. That's the thing. Police have to make sure. So if they got a tip that Ethan Ralph was up to no good, and they described him and all that stuff.
I didn't turn that off. The cops turned that off, by the way. What do you want to bring, man?
Yeah, look, we can laugh at it, but honestly, I mean, people shouldn't do this. Ethan Ralph he's a locale and stuff, but people shouldn't be. Yeah, it was swatting at the rally. People shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be wasting the police time like that, just to get at Ralph, because something else could have been happening, right? Somebody else that is actually a threat, and the police are having to deal with Ethan Ralph, right? Who's just there, just filming, I'm just filming this. I'm just documenting it. So, yeah, exactly. It can be. I mean, because you never know. I mean, who knows what would have happened if Ethan Ralph had been 3 sheets to the wind, which honestly, it's a good thing he wasn't, right? Because who knows how he might have reacted. But he was compliant. he was compliant, and he was cooperative with the police. So, but even still, it wastes the police time to do stuff like that more than anything else. So when they could actually be focusing on looking out to see if there's actually any other threats there, or any other people anything else that requires their attention. So, but that's where we'll go ahead and leave the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you for coming out tonight. ElisabeteTV, thank you for showing up in the chat. We could talk about it, like I said. And if you are getting harassed, obviously that's not something that is okay. My chat knows that that's not something I condone here. We just, like I said, we just look at react to situations that we see online. So that's pretty much what I do here on this channel. So if that's happening to you, then hey, look, that sucks and it's not okay. And it's something that we do rightfully condemn here. And I hope this has been a learning experience. And hopefully maybe some of these other YouTubers that have covered the situation will see this live stream and they'll see that at least, I'm going to take your word for it that you're being sincere in the situation, how you feel in your remorse of the situation or whatever. So, and obviously I don't wish you any ill will. I don't know you. I have nothing against you. So best of luck to you. But GG Evans, you are the stream daddy. I appreciate you, buddy. Devin, thank you for sending me the stuff earlier. And thank you to everyone else, like I said, who joined the stream. I'll catch you guys on the next one. This is a fun stream. You guys have a good one. Yeah, I'll see you all on Crow's stream. Y'all have a fantastic night.